the water is, it's like, it's a living thing. It's a computer, right? A living computer. Tell it it's going to become that. You don't know what's that, and there's fluoride in there, which will mess with your pineal gland. So, plus the plastic is has
my water is in that tank right there.
Bless the
Yeah.
living water.
Yo, shout out DJ QBERT in the building. I appreciate you for stopping by and taking the time, bro, man. You a busy guy, and I know there's a lot more you could do. But yeah, but man, it's always an honor to have you and just to be, in your presence, and Q, we've gotten to know, each other a little bit, and I've gotten to know you a little bit more through the, since we first did an interview, like, I don't know, it was 2019.
We've done it several times.
Yes. But this is probably, in my opinion, the third recorded one.
Okay.
This is probably the third recorded interview where we're gonna have.
The other ones you deleted, right?
No, never. I would not delete those. The second one we still haven't we haven't released yet. But that was online. The first one was in person. It's actually on SOMAHHTV. If you go to School of Martial Arts Hip Hop on YouTube, it's on there. The interview with Q. And I kind of want to continue with that kind of conversation. We talked about plenty of things.
Like what?
But there's something that's really happening. I really want to get down to it.
Okay.
The world is going through something right now.
Yes.
2020 revealed a lot of things about the world. And I'm speculating.
Yes.
And I'm a deep speculator. I don't know what the truth is, but
you're a truth seeker then. That's good.
Absolutely. That's a truth seeker. And I'm looking for, other stories other than what the narrative is,
of course,
on the media. And shout out to the media for putting out stories out there for us to make us think.
Yes.
But however, it's making me think. So, 2020 happened. A lot of faces were revealed.
That's true. I love it.
And
this is the year of revealing. The wake up.
They revealed themselves. The faces revealed themselves, and really put forth a plan to do something to the people. I don't know if you know what I'm referring to.
Of course I do.
But I just want to hear your opinion on that matter, because 2020 really made what the main word was pivot. There was a lot of pivoting going on there, and it affected the entire world.
Yes.
Can you speak on a little bit of that?
Well, we've been hidden. A lot of truths have been hidden from us for many years, hundreds of years actually. It's called the money magic system. So in order to control a population, they use this thing called money. They don't teach you in school what karma is. They don't teach you how to be loving. They don't teach you do unto others and it's gonna come back to you. They don't teach you that in school. Hell no. They don't teach you that if you give to others, it's gonna come back to you. They don't teach you that shit in school. That should be the main thing, right? So they blind us all with this thing called money. And so this money is energy, right? If you give, it's gonna come back to you, right? But it can come back to you in money too, or it can come back to you in happiness or whatever. But with the hypnosis, it's like, no, it's just money out there. So you got to hustle for that money. And so that's the hypnosis. Everyone is entrapped in trying to make money rather than helping everyone, which is you're going to use your God-given talent to make the world a better place, to make people happy with your skills. They don't teach you that in school. So they blind you with, you just got to keep hustling for this money. And then you get in debt. And if the elites just want money, they just print more for themselves. It's like, that ain't fair. So all that stuff is coming to light now. And so they're trying to be like, don't listen to him. He's a racist. Don't listen to these people trying to wake everybody up. It ain't real. So that's what everybody is like seeing the other side now. Like, wait a minute, something's weird here. So the spirituality of Christ is coming in right now. This is the Christ time for the return of Christ, but it's not one man. It's going to be Christ in all of us. We're all waking up like, oh shit, it was a devil or devils that were blinding us from this superpower we have to make the world a better place and help each other. So that's the basis of it.
Yeah. So
right now is the awakening.
So you think, or you're saying that in 2020, the devil revealed himself a little bit?
A lot so. And people thought I was crazy. I was talking like a lot of interviews, and people were like, "Fuck's he talking about?" And people are accusing me of being like even racist. And it's easy to pull someone down. Oh, he's racist, and then the stupid motherfuckers be like, "Oh, he must be racist," and they don't really look.
Yeah.
And so that's why if you want to see the division, why don't you see both sides? It's like a divorce, right? You got one side, it's like, oh, these motherfuckers is racist. They're gonna they're evil. Don't listen to them. Shut them up. But really, it's like a divorce. Like you got your mother over here. Like let's say you went to your mother's side and they got divorced, and the dad is over here, but you don't never hear from them. But the mother is constantly, yo, that guy, he's a fucking asshole. He's evil. Don't listen to him. Blah blah blah. Don't ever go to him. And then you grow up and be like 20 years later, and it's like, man, that motherfucker racist ass motherfucker. I hate his ass. I just want to see him in person. I'm already older and I want to see him. And then you got to meet him, and now you fucking see his side. It's like, well, your mom was a hoe and shit, and she was on crack, so I had to leave her and shit. Son, I really wanted to kick it with you, but she was like, she was with too many men and stuff, and I had to, I got kicked out and all this stuff, and she had guys attacking me, and it was whooping my ass, so I had to leave and shit. I wanted to take care of you, son, blah blah blah. And so now you see both sides. So that's what you got to do. You can't just be like stuck on one side, like, oh, don't look over there, don't look over there. You got to be like, okay, well, let me see the other side, so you can balance it out and be a judge for yourself. You can't just be one-sided. So that's what everybody needs to do to see the whole picture.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think there's a lot of divide that happened because I had my experience in that time where, I was, just showing, like, look what this person is saying about what's going on that you have to take that, might be not good for you. So I'm just showing.
Yeah.
And I got haggled. They threw nonsense words at me like, oh, you're playing with fire here. And it's like, what I'm playing with
there. You play with fire, all this stuff to block you from learning the truth. And so if you're smart, you're going to be like, man, I want to find out what's on both sides, and you can weigh it out yourself. It's like Sherlock Holmes, like the way how he gets a mystery solved as minimum 5 clues from different sources, and he could put the whole puzzle together.
Yeah.
Minimum. So if you're just gonna go by one ass clue, then you're kind of not very intelligent.
Yeah. Well, I want to try to connect the dots here because there is something that's going on with the whole, P. Diddy thing, right? I just want to connect the dots here because there might be some, they're speculating that he might be tied into something that's bigger. And that might be just, I don't know. I'm just saying, I'm hearing things that it might be tied to a bigger cause here that has something to do with human trafficking. And truthfully, human trafficking is happening as we speak, as I speak. There's stories happening about human trafficking. Is this any relation to what 2020 is happening? Or is there any relation to it where the devil and whoever's running everything is connected to some of this?
Yeah, for sure. It's like the #1 business. It's human trafficking, child trafficking. And it's this thing, it's called adrenochrome. It's a drug that's like a vial this big in Hollywood is $2 million. And that's from your pineal gland, especially from babies. They collect this stuff. It's a satanic cult. This is what I heard. I don't want to be saying like that it's the truth or not. But I just heard this. Allegedly, this is what's going on.
We're just
talking about what I did. Everything I'm saying, it could be false.
Yeah,
you got to go do your research.
Yeah,
all right. But I'm just saying stuff that
DYOR, do your own research because all this stuff is could be comic book, man. I mean, but at the same time, comic books hold some truth sometimes. I don't know. But okay, go ahead. Adrenochrome
that's basically, if you don't know what it is, you should find out. But once again, like I'm saying, it might not be true. But if you do your research, you might be like, oh,
what's the
rabbit hole? You ever heard of the rabbit hole?
Yeah.
You know where that comes from? The rabbit. If you look at that, what I said, that drug, adrenochrome, if you look at the molecules of it, it's shaped like a rabbit. That's what that's from.
The rabbit hole.
Yeah, go check that out. Go check out molecules of adrenochrome. It's a rabbit.
No way. That's crazy.
That's where that comes from.
But what's the importance of all this, and why is human trafficking controlled, or why is it happening, and why is it adrenochrome? Why is it important to have?
Well, if it's true, it's the most biggest money. That's the devil. It's a satanic thing. And you know, it's time of Christ. So Christ is like, this ain't, we can't be having this no more. So everybody's waking up to what's this now? And so it's like that's all gonna get stopped right now, or it is being stopped slowly but surely. And so it's like when people talk about it, they're like, oh, don't listen to him. He's a racist, all that shit. You know what I mean? So it's like maybe that shit is like go look at it.
Cause we
it even goes beyond this planet too. It's like also, it's if you're into extraterrestrials, it's like that's the main commodity on this planet for them. This is like their, how you call it, one of the evil reptilians, like food supply. Why? Like this is a farm. This planet is what I heard, allegedly.
So you're saying that it's far beyond. There's something hidden here.
Yes. So like, look, like you gotta, okay, like let's see the.
How come we don't hear it on the news though?
Okay, so this is what's happening right now. It's two sides, right? The main media, the mainstream media is the hypnosis machine. The television is the hypnosis machine. How you gonna hypnotize a whole planet? Is the television. Everybody sees that shit, right? So they hypnotize all the masses and they just say what they want you to know is the narrative. That's one side. Now the other side is like, oh hell no. That's how you call it, the Wizard of Oz. There's something behind the curtain. They're trying to wake you up to the media is what's hypnotizing you. And so the media is like, don't listen to him. He's racist. Yeah. All that. So that's it's two sides now. So now you're learning, oh shit, is the media hypnotizing us? And so that's what this is being blocked. This part of the picture is exposing the media right now. And so now everyone's like, oh shit, they're hypnotizing us. Like I didn't even trip. So they block everything, the whole media, the whole system in school, all that stuff. Even some religions is very like keeps you in a prison. Like they call it a prison religion, where they don't teach you the whole spiritual. Like what was Jesus Christ's religion? What was his religion?
He didn't have a religion.
Exactly. He was spiritual. He was all about love and helping others and doing unto others as you would have them do unto you. Jesus Christ was his golden rule was he was like, man, forget everything, just do unto others as you would have them do unto you. It's like common sense.
Right.
So his religion was almost like common sense of being one with each other. And we're all from God. We're all one children from God. We're all part of God, everything. And so they don't teach you that even in religion. They just be like, just, you know, come here and come here or else you're going to go to hell. And so that hell is the fear, and the fear gets you scared. Like, oh shit, I better do that. You know?
Yeah.
I mean, you will get yours if you are not very good to people. You know,
the karma part, right?
Yes,
the karma part, which they don't teach in schools.
They don't even teach that. Yeah.
There's a lot of things they don't teach in schools.
Yes, that's controlled.
I want to
part of the mainstream media too.
I want to refer to the education system because from what I'm understanding is that the education system was reformed or was created a certain structure so that way there could be a nation of workers, not thinkers.
That's right, yeah. So what they, as you're a kid, they don't teach you like, okay, they could give you a test, right? To be like, oh, this guy, he wants to be a mechanic. Oh, this kid, he wants to be a musician. Oh, I'm doing a couple tests. This kid, he wants to be like a healer, like a doctor. They don't give them tests to the kids. They don't do that. And so that's what's coming out now in this new world that we're about to be birthed into. So all that old system is going down. What you said, just training people to be workers. That's the old system.
The old system, absolutely.
Now you could discover what you love to do, and that's your passion. Your passion is your gift from God to make people happy, and that's what's going to make the world a better place.
And I think just to kind of elaborate on the world to make people happy, I think a lot of skills would have to be created, or a lot of skills would have to be done there to practice, to even create something like a basket full of like toys for somebody. That takes a lot of creating and inventing, or just utilizing the sources to make one person happy. You know what I'm saying? I think there's a lot of creating that needs to be done in order for somebody to be happy instead of just standing there.
Yeah, the ultimate happiness is in giving, right? So if you want to be happy, then you just give, right? You give what you love to do is even better. So when you do that, the energy comes back to you, and It helps you in all ways in life, and people need to learn that. They don't teach you that in school. The ultimate evil is selfishness. They don't teach you that in school. They kind of want you to be selfish. To tell you the truth.
Yeah, it's because I want to go back to the, you know, to it's kind of like trying to figure out who and what is controlling us, and how are these like programs like so perfectly enough to, so it's perfect enough for us to not see how it's being weaponized.
Well, first you got to understand that this planet has been overtaken by, you might think I'm crazy, but you know, extraterrestrials, in a sort of good way, but then also a bad way too, because you got a circle or something like okay, let's say if I got a like, let's imagine like a galaxy, right? A galaxy, you got a gang of planets in it, a zillion planets, right? And stars just in the cluster of the galaxy, right? And it swirls out and got a tail, right? And got all these stars everywhere. Our sun is a star, right? Way the fuck out here, all the fucking way out here swirls. This is where our sun is. The sun is way the fuck out here. It's called a deserted island, right? They don't even know. They can't even figure out we're here. Only God knows we're out here, right? So way the fuck out here is called the ghetto, the hood. It's way the fuck out there. And so it got overtaken. Like in the middle, it's all the advanced races, right? Because everyone's connected right in the middle of the galaxy. But way the fuck out here is our sun, super far away. And it got overtaken by like evil extraterrestrials. This is, man, everything I'm saying is too far-fetched, right?
Yeah.
But this is what I learned, right?
Yeah.
From multiple sources.
Yeah.
And so it got overtaken. They were like, oh shit, we could fucking brainwash this island.
Yeah.
And use it as a farm. All right. So that's what's happening to this planet. And no, everybody just thinks there's only, even in schools, they just teach you there's just this one motherfucking Earth planet in the whole fucking, not even in the solar system or galaxy, in the universe. It's just that one little ass planet, us. Yeah, right. So we're fucking thinking this is it right here. And then we don't figure it out. So they have a fucking playbook, how to fucking brainwash a whole fucking planet civilization. So that's what they're doing to us.
Yeah.
But now the whole story is fucking opening up right now as to what's happening to our brains.
It's exactly what's happening, and I'm seeing the unfolding, especially in 2020. So much has unfolded to where
I've been trying to tell everybody. Everybody's like, "What the fuck?" And now they're starting to see it. So hopefully, they see what this is. What I'm talking about.
Yes, and a lot of people are still not seeing it.
Yeah, it's okay though, because we got to respect their level of spirituality. You know, everybody got to. We call it a perception tunnel. Everybody's gonna see through that tunnel their beliefs. So you got to respect their beliefs and their paths. If they're not ready for it, they're not going to understand. That's cool. I understand. Whatever. Yeah. I could be wrong too. Everything I'm saying, I could be wrong.
Yeah.
So once again, I love doing this research. I'm a nerd on this. Like I scratch and I'm a nerd on scratch. I learned every freaking scratch possible. I'm just like that with the secrets of the universe before I was DJing. So I've been into this, but once again, I could be wrong too. I'm open-minded enough to be like, I could have been fed the wrong information too.
Absolutely. I think all of us feel the same way. At least I do, because I'm only a speculator at this. I'm not somebody who's an expert, but however, I am somebody who, like you said earlier, is a truth seeker. And I want to find the truth about why we're even here.
Yes.
Like, why are we in a certain conditional function that, you know, I have to operate this way? Why do I have to wake up and make money? Why do I gotta why do I have to, you know, satisfy my boss today? Why do I got to satisfy the company that's not doing anything for me? You know, why do I got to do certain things?
I'll tell you one thing, a beautiful thing is because of the 2020 thing that happened, people had left their work and they were like, fuck it, I'm gonna just do what I love. And they started seeing like, oh, my passion is actually my hobby, what I love to do. And they started making their own business out of it. And so it's actually a big blessing from God. All that happened. All the negative shit is all a blessing from God. Yeah. If you look at it.
I agree with that. We found some things there in 2020 that we kind of just landed on as far as building a business with it. And we, you know, I feel that's definitely a blessing in disguise, if you want to say that way. But it also, again, like it also revealed so much like of the devil that we're referring to is not even in any form except for just the imagination that's clogging the individuals.
The man behind the curtain in Wizard of Oz. It's like, there ain't no fucking devil on the Wizard of Oz. It's a guy behind the curtain.
So a guy behind the curtain. So
aliens. Trying to fuck with us.
It's some aliens. It could be like a negative energy, a force that's trying to consume our data.
Sure, for sure.
If we want to put it that way,
Yes.
we're talking about data. So, and even this too, this can be consumed later, and then consumed by consume the data for the reportings of whatever they're going to take this to. But we have to send this to the people and say, hey, there's a different story to this, and there's something going on behind the curtains. And Alice, or it's not Alice, who is the Wizard of Oz girl? Dorothy is trying to look for something, and we maybe
I heard that whole movie was about this too. The Yellow Brick Road is like everyone's following the money, and then the scarecrows, I forgot what that was, but the Tin Man is like you stuck there, something like that.
Yeah,
and the lion is like you want to say something but you ain't got no heart. I forgot what it was. It was like had to do with this whole reality and the whole Wizard of Oz. Like how like the elites are going to the South Pole.
Yeah.
So that's like going into this the hole, and then what that guy said, Admiral Byrd, I think he had spoke about this.
Yeah,
he saw like a castle and a king and all that, and then they said that the city was a crystal castle.
Yeah,
like the Emerald City in Wizard of Oz. And remember in Superman, they had the he went to a crystal in the poles. He had a crystal castle. All that is it connects and stuff, and it's all like all of the same story.
So you're saying there are like indications in comic books and other
so the
stuff.
comic books and the movies are made is like almost like documentaries. So it's like if you start talking about the truth, everybody's gonna be like, man, you just watching movies, or you just reading comic books. So it's like a reverse psychology of a lot of things that are real.
And it's kind of looking at the whole, like for me, like looking at the whole religion thing from a say Catholic perspective, and my vision of, or not envision, but my reality was that there's a God in the sky, and then there, I got to talk to him, and this is my perception.
Yeah.
But if you look at it in a sense where if you flip it and just say there was a person in the times with it was a person, it was maybe a superhuman that created a lot of things, but they probably had the technology to do it, and they had the rocket and the everything to get around in the universe, and they found, like you said, they found this place and just said, you know what, we're gonna run it right here, just like this. We're gonna create it, a whole slave system. And this is how I look at it. Like it was people or super people that came before us and ignited this whole human race thing for us. So if you flip it and look at it that way, instead of looking at there's a invisible guy in the sky that's gonna, save us or whatever we pray to, it just changed the whole perspective of things, like how you're saying.
Yeah, I mean, God is everything. No matter what you do, all these atomic particles, they don't even touch. If you look at how you call it in a microscope thing, it's everything. They're like miles apart, all these little atoms and stuff, and they don't even touch. All these are like pixels. This is all God's pixels. Everything you touch, yourself, the microphone, all this, the air, everything, the thoughts, everything is God. So you can't get away from God because God flows through you. And when you realize that, then you can even use your superpowers even more. But going back to what you said about the Anunnaki, all the giants that had came here and just mined the earth, they were like, okay, we need to, let's see what's here. Okay, they got Neanderthals, right? So let's mix our DNA with them, and they can make a half humanoid aliens with the Neanderthals. We can use them as slaves, and that became us. So now we're all technological human beings. But the other Neanderthals that took off and escaped, they turned into spiritual beings, and they're called Sasquatch, Bigfoot, Yeti, and they could like levitate and disappear at will, and they got all these spiritual powers that we don't have.
I want to go back to that Anunnaki, because there's a story where, if you relate it to the story of Adam and Eve, if you look at the Anunnakis, and I think this is where the story comes from, where they have a story too, where they they made people in the image of themselves. They took their DNA and created what we in our story know, and what the story knows of Adam and Eve. They created Eve from the womb or the rib of Adam, which technically, if you look at it in scientific terms or in science, they took his DNA and made Eve into, you know,
Like a
his
clone.
partner, a clone.
Yeah,
A clone.
Yeah,
That's a
they
good
had
way.
that cloning technology back then. All this technology you're seeing, lasers, all that, they've been had that. All like the rocks in the pyramids of Egypt, it's all cut with lasers, and they're trying to say that like Neanderthal, I mean, you know, like ancient people made that, but it's all alien, super high tech, years of millions of years old technology that they're hiding from us.
Right, right. And you said the pyramids too. What was the purpose of the pyramids anyway?
So the pyramids is like how you call it, like so shaped like this, right? So there's gravity that goes down, and there's an energy that goes up called levity. You know how you like light a lighter and it goes up and the smoke goes up. So there's this other invisible energy called levity. And so if you got like a funnel, you know how you pour wine into the funnel? So the pyramid is an upside down funnel and it collects levity energy, and that special energy, it can heal all kind of things. Like if you have a crack in a crystal or something, you leave it in the pyramid, the levity energy will fix the crack the next day. It cures cancer. People be putting water in these pyramids. They have this pyramid they just made in Russia, and it's I think it's 10 stories tall. 10 stories tall, and it's people put water in there and they drink it and it cures a lot of diseases. But you can't make the pyramid out of a metal because the metal will mess up the magnetism of the levity. So you have to use like crystal, maybe plastic or wood, but not metal because of the magnetism. It's an upside down funnel.
So what? It's not. You're saying is you're telling me that the pyramids were used for something else other than a grave site.
Of course, yeah. It was the one they're gonna build all of that for just to have one guy die.
For the king?
Nah, they and then but people, the school system, they'll teach you, and you'll just be like, okay, that's what it's for. You ain't gonna question it.
What?
Yeah, you're gonna believe that, but then really, that's not the truth.
Wow. So the pyramids were used for something else.
That was made out of quartz crystal, by the way. The pyramids in Egypt.
Right.
And if you really think slaves built it, the pyramid of Egypt, the how you call it, Giza, the biggest one. If you look at the bottom, the circumference, what do you call it? The square part at the bottom, the base.
The base, yeah,
is the exact same. If like you had the globe and you poke a hole through the globe, exactly on the other side is Mexico.
Yeah,
they got pyramids there too, and that pyramid is the exact same measurement base as the pyramid of Giza, right on the exact other side.
Yeah, that's crazy. I didn't. Well, I also heard too, like you're referring to the energy that can be made with the pyramids. I also heard something crazy that actually the pyramids were probably used like as a grid, for a global grid,
probably, yeah,
like for communicating, free energy, and possibly like you could even say Wi-Fi.
They have technology where it enhances your telepathy, and they're hiding that from us too. But instead of phones, you had like a little machine that could enhance your telepathy. You could talk to someone with your mind. It'll be straight up English too, or the way how you speak with animals is through pictures. Like you could get more information if you just send the pictures of what you want information to get across to that other person.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I didn't.
It's like if you're talking to your dog, it's always a picture you gotta send in his mind. You'll see it. Be like, hell yeah, I want that bone.
It makes me wonder how much they have hidden from us.
For sure, absolutely.
You know,
it's a lot.
It's a lot.
It's a lot.
And I want to go back. This is kind of like, you know, in topic, but not really. But it's definitely a part of Filipino history. Filipino history.
They hid all that. They had a lot of ancient knowledge in Philippines, a lot of it, and they hid it all. I heard even Lemuria was attached to Philippines, and that's why it's all islands, because they had destroyed it, and that's like the remnants of it.
Right.
If you go a little bit north of the Philippines, right in between Philippines and Japan, is a big ass pyramid in the water, man-made, all like straight edges and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because this is where I brought it up.
Oh, last thing about Philippines, there are 888 pyramids in Philippines. It's called the island of Bohol. You'd be like, oh, that's Chocolate Mountains. It's just whatever. That's just it's supposed to be like that. But if you dig, they don't want you to dig those little mounds. Those are all pyramids. 880. And if you look at the top view, they messed it up on Google. They moved it around. But if you look on the top view, the way it's supposed to be, they mix a geometric form with all the 888 pyramids in Bohol, Chocolate Islands.
You guys hear that?
That's covered by mud. It's called the mud flood. The Tartaria land way before this time, which is more advanced than this time.
Which they talk about in the Bible, which is the
Noah's flood, but instead of water, it was mud.
Yeah. Whoa. We're diving in, guys.
I
don't
love
think-
this, man. I'm into this.
Yeah. I mean, we already know QBERT is one of the greatest and probably the greatest DJs of
I'm a
all
student.
time.
I'm a student.
Yeah, I
Even
mean,
this, I'm a student too.
You know, that's just my opinion, though. You know, I think he's one of the greatest.
I did pay you for that.
Yeah. No, he didn't. No, but we know that he's a great DJ, but at the same time, he knows far beyond, like, you know, the DJ world. He's a nerd, you know, as a DJ. We know that, and he's, you know, I've had conversations with him where some of the information may get past me because of my, you know, my knowledge, and, you know,
But you're getting it. You're getting it though.
right. And you know, so what the point is like, you know, we talk about things that's far out of this
We can't even
world to
talk
most
about it here
people.
too. Some of
You
the
know,
shit.
but this is why I like this conversation, because this is what I talk about every day. Speculating, wondering what else is out there and what else is controlling this whole design. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just speculating. I don't know nothing, but we got to talk about it. I'm not just gonna walk around and every day be like, well, so how are you? Are we good? Everything good? Okay, cool. That's cool and all, but it gets redundant. But let's talk about, like, what else is out there that
You're an old soul. You're a wise soul. So you're like, man, you're hungry for this info. And a
I'm
lot of people that are listening are also very wise and like, yeah, what is this? And it's like, I feel it. So a lot of people, they can feel all this stuff we're talking about in their spirit, and like, I do want to speak about that. I do want to know. And so that's what's we're trying to get away from. And that's what's everyone's trying to be like separate, and they're trying to make us how you call it, divide and conquer. We have to be together to learn and speak and talk about stuff, discuss things. They don't want people to talk and discuss. They don't want that. They want us to be divided. And so we have to be like, hell no, we're gonna stay together and talk about all this and be mature about it and not mad and be like, well, let me see, rather than like, man, fuck you, you're racist. You know?
Yeah.
So it's like, come on, man, just talk about it. Let's have fun. You know?
Right. And there's nothing wrong with having indifferences, and that's what the point is to talk about our indifferences, so that way we can find a common ground and understand what is really going on with the people.
Yes.
Because collectively, I mean, I'm not really even talking about races. We're not even together. You know,
they do that on purpose. Like, they'll get like, let's say they have, remember this shit. It was easy. Like, they get a tribe, one tribe, and they'll get another tribe in order to, they want to kill the tribes, right? But it's like both tribes are kind of like very peaceful, right? They're like, okay, they go to this tribe, yo, that tribe over there was talking shit about you. They go to the other tribe, yo, that tribe over there was talking shit about you, and they kill each other off. And that's how they even do it in the hood. They'll get like the same fucking hood. They go up the block and be like, yo, that fucking gang over there, they're about to kill you tonight. And they'll go to this gang over here, yo, that gang over there, they're going fucking, they got a hit on you guys. And they'll all kill each other. And that's how they get rid of them faster.
Yeah.
Instead of them getting together and be like, yo, these motherfuckers are ripping us off. And they'll find out the real man behind the curtain. They don't want that.
Speaking of, man, you just hit a point right there, because you're talking about them and the strategies that the system has been using to divide us and to conquer us.
Yes.
Vini Vidi Vici, that's what I learned. We came, we saw, we conquered. That hits hard for me, because I think that's even on a dollar bill, or it's one of the bills. Vini Vidi Vici, or somewhere. Anyway, the point is that we have been seeing that same strategy being used upon the people, in not only just in the hood, but also in countries where the country is divided because of two factions and they're not agreeing with things.
On
But
purpose.
then,
Look at North Ireland and South Ireland. They got two different religions on purpose, so they could be like fighting each other. North Philippines, South Philippines. One is Christian, one is Muslim. They fight each other. It's on purpose. North Korea, South Korea. They got what's called, even in the U.S. they had the North and South back in the days, the Civil War. It's not like that anymore. Luckily for the United States, we're more kind of like together, which is good. And so that's why we're the last country standing. And this is a very important time right now to stay with that. We got to stay together instead of being divided.
It's super divided because of the media, the way media portrays everything.
The education system, the medical system, everything is it's all like a big club. They're a big club, and they know it too.
Yeah.
And so they're trying to all work together. If they know to work together, shit, we need to work together.
Yeah.
They know it. They know what to do.
Yeah. That's a huge, massive question, because we are just so divided that on a daily we can't even just hang out and maybe talk about these things.
Yeah, well, we're gonna manifest it right now. Instead of saying we are divided, we're coming together right now.
We are coming together. I
right
think
now. Absolutely.
having
We got love for everybody, no matter what race, everything, no matter what. We're all part of God. So how can you not be not together? We're all one with God.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
and even all these people that's like talking shit about me or whatever, I got love for them too. I wanna be like, yo, I told you, but I don't even want to say I told you. I'm gonna be like, okay, now that you know, let's do this.
Yeah.
Let's
Yeah.
keep waking up more people to be more loving.
I think that's the energy we should keep continue, because we, in 2020, I've come, with my experiences with people and how it kind of pushed us away. But, I brought that energy, that same energy, and I revisited that conversation we had in 2020, 2021. I said, yo, how's everything going now? I'm just checking in with people, because I know for a fact that the world knows that that was wrong. That whole process was wrong.
I lost a lot of friends, a lot of family, and everything. Now they can't even talk about it.
Yeah,
but it's okay. I forgive them because they didn't know, and it's all good.
We want to talk because we gotta stick together and push forward. And I know there's solutions out there. I'm just gonna bring it. I'm gonna bring the heat. Yo, if he took the guys, there's ways that can probably cleanse your body. Just clean your body.
I heard a lot of shit about the eggs. If you eat a raw egg, it's kind of nasty, but sunny side up. The yellow, if it's like a wet still, it attaches to the spike proteins and takes it out. Also tobacco, not the chemical tobacco, but like actually raw organic tobacco.
Tobacco from the
it takes out the spike proteins as well. Metal detox, all that stuff.
Yeah.
And also a lot of prayer too. Because God's gonna fix you if you're meant to be here.
Prayer is important.
Yeah, God is real, and it's like that's the energy. They even have studies where it's if a gang of people are meditating on one thing, they can levitate stuff or they can move stuff, and they don't want us together because we got that power to all be on the same mindset of making the world a better place and being loving. They said if the whole world was just loving for one day or being happy and being loving it for one day, all that devil shit would just fucking blow the fuck up and they would be gone. So if we are on the same page and we could do that, it'd be dope. They've done studies where they had just a little ass 20 people group meditating on world peace.
Yeah.
And then all the fighting had stopped for that one day in I think the Middle East. There was a war over there.
Yeah.
But these are all documented things.
Yeah.
And even the Tibetan monks, how they got like, how the hell did they get that big ass rock up there?
Yeah.
It's because the monks would blow these horns to make the rock vibrate.
The sound.
Yeah, and they would meditate on levitating it, and it would go up there.
And I just go back there because I was referring to the Philippines earlier and how there's a lot of stuff that we have lost in terms of documentation of
just like what the Native Americans,
who the people were and what they were. There's speculation that the people of the time had powers.
We still do, but it's dormant in us.
It's dormant.
They don't teach us that in school.
Because
don't teach you about telepathy. You know what I learned in school? It's only you got 5 senses. What is it? Hearing, touch, smell, sight.
Oh yeah, the
taste. They don't teach, and the sixth sense, your mind. Oh, that ain't no sense. That's an imaginary sense. Man, we got a million motherfucking other senses that they don't talk about. Telepathy, telekinesis, lifting shit.
And we don't even use
they don't
all
even
of our
talk
brain
about that shit in school. Yeah, they don't want us to open up our third eye. They give us food that closes our pineal gland. Anyway, so I cut you off, but I'm excited about this talk. That's why.
No. That's good, because that's what we should be talking about, that and really put it out there for people that health is a big issue with everybody, especially mental health.
Yes.
A lot of people, let me just say this, just to put it out there, because people, I know, I'm not going to say no names, have powers.
We all do.
They do, and they see things, and that's one of the things is they see things.
Yeah, they could train that, make it stronger too.
Make it stronger.
Yeah.
You could, but they're not going to teach you that in schools.
Absolutely.
They're going to teach you how to count and pay your bills. and that's probably the general consensus of it. But I, you know, at the same breath, I know that there's more to school than just, you know, counting your bills and
There's good
stuff like
things in
that.
it.
There's definitely good things in school. Don't get me wrong, but however, the former prior to getting to college, it's all standard to, you know, adhering to, you know, this is the way it is. You know what I'm saying? And where it could be more than that is hidden.
They don't teach you about infinite dimensions and all this stuff. Anything you can imagine is possible. They don't teach you that.
Yeah. I mean, that's the general consensus, but you'll have those teachers that'll teach you the knowledge.
Some do.
Yeah.
Some do. Some
Yeah.
Infiltrate, and they're like trying to wake us up in school too.
I know a story, and I think Bite Size shared with me one time that there is a teacher who was like, man, this education stuff is garbage. This is what you guys need to do. Boom,
What school
boom,
was
boom,
that?
boom. I don't want to say.
Just come on. What school?
Jefferson High
Woo! You ain't gonna get in trouble for that.
Yeah.
Jefferson, that's where Shortcut went. Big shots to Shortcut.
Shout out to Shortcut,
Power of the
man.
mind. He just had a stroke, right? You're supposed to be out.
Yeah.
He's all the love that everyone's giving him.
Yeah.
And,
prayer.
and the prayer, and he's back to normal. Like
Yeah.
what?
Yeah.
That was fast.
Yeah. No, it's not completely back to normal. Is how
I mean, it's like 99%, but
Oh,
he's
that's
almost
good.
there.
That's
yeah,
good.
he's walking. I'm like, damn.
Man, shout out Shortcut, man. We love you, man, because
Lots of love.
you went through that fight right there. You just won, like you won, man.
Power of the mind, man. He just kept
You won.
You a champ, and then that's what you got to do with your kids too. Sometimes if you got kids and you're a bad boy, you can't do anything. And then that's gonna stick in their head. They're gonna be thugs, right? So if you tell them, hey, my mom accidentally did that to me because she was, you're a bad boy. All this, I turned into a bad boy. And then all of a sudden she got into Mary Kay Cosmetics. She became the queen of recruiting in the United States for 5 years for Mary Kay Cosmetics. And she would always play these tapes on accident. It would be like, you're a champ. You can do anything. You are one with God.
Wow.
Whatever you want, you could achieve. It just kept going in my head right before I would cut school. And what? And it would just be like fixing my brain. So whatever you tell yourself, always say positive stuff. And we were talking about that earlier with the water, because we're made of 80% water. There's these studies with water. Everybody knows this. Dr. Moto, whatever you tell the water, it's going to be like that.
Yeah.
So you're water. So always tell yourself, you know, you're the best.
Yeah.
You're a champ. You're one with God. You know, all that positive stuff.
You're going to be a
Kids
millionaire.
especially. You already are. You already have to say you are. And then that vibe is, you're going to be that already. Or
I'm a millionaire.
you are even more. We're all priceless. It's bigger than millionaires and billionaires. You're one with God. That's more than money.
Absolutely. I agree with that. There's so much to tie into a lot of things, because we went everywhere. But in essence, a lot of what we're talking about is tied into mental health and how we conduct ourselves in moving forward every day. You know, because a lot of us are stuck in a place where we think that, you know, 9 to 5 is the career, as the life, is the lifestyle, and then you get to a certain age and retire and then live off your savings. And
For some people, it's okay. If they, you know, it's their path.
it's
Some
not
people-
wrong.
yeah.
All I'm saying is not wrong. All I'm saying is that there is other ways for you to expedite the financial, you know, possibilities for you if you wanted to. And a part of that is believing in yourself and believing in the word, is what you're saying, is what you're alluding to.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I was just kind of expanding
It was
on that.
on accident that I had discovered. It was just, you just keep telling yourself positive
Affirmations.
stuff. You're going to become that. It's a hypnosis. Like, and then as well, at the same time, the hypnosis would put you into a different timeline as well. Because there's an infinite amount of timeline. You could choose your timeline. There's going to be a part of timeline. There's an infinite time. You could be an elephant or whatever. You could be all kind of whatever you think you're going to be in that timeline. You could veer to, I want to veer to, like you said, you want to be a millionaire. You know what it is? It's the water. So if you want to go into a portal, it's the shower or the bath. Yeah, that's why the
tabo.
You know, you could if you want to. But in the church, how you call it? They baptize you with water because they knew the water has power. So when you're in the shower, turn off the lights or whatever, meditate in the water and be like, I'm gonna go into my higher self where I can help people and I can help my family. I can help the world become a better place. And you're gonna slowly go into that timeline of being whatever exactly what you want. And that's the secret portal they don't talk about, is the water. And you are water. So you got to keep telling yourself, I'm the best. And you are the best because God is in you. Everything you do is the best because you have a specific certain power that God gave you.
Right.
And, you know, so
And you gotta really listen to that that God-given energy, that power that you got.
Yes, constantly hypnotize yourself with positivity.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Constantly hypnotize yourself with
Every
positivity.
microsecond of your life, you're gonna be veering into that world you want to be in.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Got to. I think that's one of the most important things. This mindset, what we talked about with Jay Marana earlier, is a mindset. Anything that you want to get, you want to do in life, or even in the short span of a month, if you want to get something, you got to bring your mindset there.
You can do
And
anything you want. You just got to organize your time and get it.
you got to organize your time.
That's it.
And
Manage your time, and you can do anything you want. Everything you want. Everybody's like, I can't do this, blah, blah, blah. Stop scrolling. Sometimes it'd be like you in a trap too. I'd be doing, oh shit, Instagram, boom, boom. But I have to snap out of it. Sometimes have to put a little bit of a timer. These tennis players do it. They do tennis all fucking day. And it's like when they take a break, they do a little 20-minute fucking break or whatever. But after that, the timer's all right, let's go. Get to snap out of the hypnosis. They do that hypnosis shit on purpose. Scrolling shit, watch out for that.
It's crazy how the phone, that's another conversation, but the phone can really, sometimes I catch myself picking it up too much.
Yeah, I love snapping out of it.
Yeah.
Okay, that's enough.
You also talked about hypnosis earlier with the media. This is a very important thing that really controls the people and how we think.
It's a simple experiment, or not even experiment. It's a simple solution to brainwash everyone. It's an ancient technology, like billions of years old. They do it on all the planets. They just say, oh, there's nobody out in outer space. All the alien shit, that's fake. There's no such thing as aliens. We're the only fucking world in this whole universe. And so and then you're stuck in this box. Whatever they tell you to do, that's what you got to do to get this money, which is the money magic system, as we talked about earlier. But yeah, people are starting to wake up like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Look at a telescope. You know how they were saying, oh, those lights up there, they just put them there. Those aren't real lights. Get a motherfucking telescope. You're gonna see the stripes on Jupiter, all that, man. This is crazy out there. Look on Mars. They got pyramids on Mars covered with the mud flood, just like how you call it, Chocolate Islands in Philippines. They got pyramids on the moon, man. That's just right here.
Yeah.
There's so much shit I can't even talk about that I'm into that's out in outer space, all the civilization, because I'm into music.
Yeah.
So I'm like, how does the music sound out there? So I've been studying about all these lives on different planets and how their cultures are, and it's beautiful, man. They have a lot of things like the whole. I'll tell you about the Pleiadian system. Look, I'm getting off side.
Go ahead.
It's a beautiful thing. They got this money system on the Pleiadian system. It's not really a money thing. It's more like a credit system. It's almost like Bitcoin, right? It's like the more you help people, the more you get like this credit system, right? And then if you could invent something that helps the whole planet, you have infinite credits. So the whole fucking planet is working their best to make something to make the world a better place. And so like, just like it happens here all the time. Like, let's say somebody makes an app and it helps the whole fucking planet. That's a billionaire right there. Infinite credits. It's the same thing. It's, if you're shooting for that, you should, rather than just be like, okay, I need to do this 9-to-5 job. Boom, boom. You're not really affecting anybody except for that guy's business. I mean, if it's a good thing, go for it. But I'm just saying, if you think as a bigger whole, it's like, what if I can make something rather than helping him? I could help the whole fucking planet. And you could. Everybody got this weird ass item or thing you can make, or multiple things you can make to make the planet a better place. Some people, it's cool. Some people are maybe. You just want to fold a fucking napkin and put it on the table. That's going to help too. Little ass smile to people when you walk on the streets. Even the little shit it counts.
Yeah. That sounds like a dope system to be in, because if you do good, you're kind of forced to do good. So that way it does for the greater good, right? And that should be a system that should be implemented here, I think.
And it's even like monks, right? They're so spiritual. They don't even give a fuck about all that. The monks are so spiritual that if they make a present, right? Like I say, Christmas present, they give it to the monk. They don't even put their name on it. All they want is that fucking other person to just smile. That's the happiness. If that motherfucker smiles, I don't want no credit. I just want to see that smile.
Yeah.
That's a beautiful thing.
And that's the highest form of.
I do that all the time. Like during Christmas, I won't put my name on it, but they all know it's me because I'm the only one that does that. But I like it. They open the shit and it's like, they're happy and it makes me happy. That's all people should want. Fuck the money. Just make people happy. It's gonna come back to you. God knows what you deserve. Don't even trip. Like
Yeah.
you don't think God's looking at you what you deserve. He knows. It knows. She,
Yeah,
it, whatever. God is everything. So it's like you can't really call it
They know.
a gender.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Well, that's a lot of, man. That's a lot. We could go
I
on.
cut
and
you off
on.
a million times. I'm sorry.
No,
I'm
no,
gonna
no,
look
no.
back at this and damn, I just cut his ass off.
No, no, you didn't. You didn't. Not at all. I don't. You know, I don't need really
You don't
trip
cut
off
me
that.
off. I respect that. I need to be like you.
No, it's all good because we're just chopping it up anyway. And you know, I just really want folks to get some gems out of this, especially with the fact that with my intention here is to just create awareness for people. You know, a lot of this is speculation. A lot of this can, you know, fly over people's heads. But a lot of this is out there. A lot of this information is out there. We just have to go find it if that's what you're looking for.
I thank you for having this because you're a leader and you're spreading all this awareness to people. So man, thank you for
no, thank you.
Thank God too. It's like
Yeah.
God put it all here. So it's all meant to be.
Yeah, and because for me, one, the reason why I put this together is because I don't have this conversation a lot with people, and I don't see this conversation happening with our community specifically. And a lot of us, you know, there's talk shows, and I'm not going to talk about other people's podcasts like it's bad. It's not.
Like
you know,
like what did you see?
No, just you know, they, you know, especially with the Filipino community specifically.
Man, a lot of them, man, they brainwashed, man. I'm like, God, that's why this right here, they can see a different side. So I'm thank you for this.
And I think that's the contrast I wanted to make, is really have another way of talking about our people.
Yes.
And not just, you know, ubes and halo halo and all that stuff. Shout out to Nump, by the way.
I'm hungry.
You know what I'm saying? But it's not even about the negative aspect of that, but it's we have more to our culture that we still have to figure out.
I know there's a lot of wise people that's not getting light, and it's like, man, I got all these knuckleheads, but hey, man, it's time for like stuff like this.
And it's not
beautiful.
It's not just the nickling and barongs and all that stuff. We got more to us that we still haven't figured out. You know, with the people in our community that can see. Y'all have got to strengthen that up. All I'm saying is that we got more to us that we got to figure out. And it's, you know, in these conversations, you know, with Q, we appreciate you for bringing out, you know, as far as worldly stuff, man, we don't talk about the stars. We don't talk about other planets. We talk about what's on the ground here. And that's not wrong at
corny,
all.
Man.
It's
normal shit. I want to hear some wild shit that I ain't never heard before. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's why I like this.
Yeah, we have to have this. And, you know, guys, you guys have any questions out there? Who's out here right now?
Yeah.
You hungry?
Yes. Thank you, God, for the food. She brought some pizza. Thank you, God.
Woo! It's vegan too?
Yes.
It's vegan.
Ooh.
I don't know if
is it what it's not the kind of vegan where they made it with insects, right?
No. Not
organic? Is it organic? Yeah.
Let me see here. Oh, okay. We got 10 in the chat right now, guys. If you guys have any questions for QBERT, please throw them out there in the chat. No. Stackman said, is it vegan or from the Philippines or
vegan? Hey,
vegan.
I'm Ilocano. My mother is from the south. She's from Bacolod, so she's Ilocano. My dad's Ilocano and my mom is Visaya.
Nice.
How about you guys?
Same. My mom is Bisayan and my dad is Tagalog from Lucena, Quezon province.
Ooh.
Yeah. And
how about you?
Huh?
How about you? Huh.
Tagalog.
What's everybody in the chat? To everybody, throw up your type of Pinoy or Pinay.
Yeah, but this is vegan, not vegan from the Philippines. Shout out to Stackman. Thank you for tuning in.
Begun.
Jay Benitez said we need to rediscover what was lost.
Oh man, I love that. That's so beautiful. Like, man, I can't wait till they dig up them pyramids in the Chocolate Islands. They call it Bohol.
Yeah,
I can't wait till they figure all that out, man.
They have a law on that.
Of course, the government protects that. You can't be digging no ancient alien pyramids.
Yeah.
Oh, don't. It's just it was natural. Like that they built it. Like
natural
that.
formation.
You know what they do now? They got like, how you call it? Sonar. You know what I mean? Like, have you seen the pyramids in by Cuba?
No, I haven't heard about Cuba.
That's you know, that's what I heard, that they made Cuba communist so that you can't escape, right? And so it's like That way you don't discover the pyramids that are right next to Cuba. But now they got all that shit. You can see all the fucking, it's a big ass city of pyramids right in the ocean of right by Cuba. Check it out online. It's easy to type in.
It's crazy. And Cuba's just right off the coast of Florida, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that is insane how all of this is covered up throughout the world. Even I'm discovering too, just in recent years, that Cambodia got one of the oldest pyramids out there, and the way it was designed and intricately like
laser cut from a computer, big time. Absolutely, yeah.
So we can't even do that today.
Yes, that's right. That's right.
But how did they even do that? Like how old is that the temples over there?
They say like a couple thousands of years, but it's probably could be more. And they ain't telling us the truth.
Yeah, and technology is probably what they're saying is that technology has been around for millennia.
Yeah,
and like way beyond the carbon footprint dating that they have. So there's a lot of things that we have to go and sift through as a human race, but also just even for our Filipino culture which I'm going to put in quotes because
we're part African. We got Indian in our. Look at the way we dress. We dress like Indians. We got Taiwanese in us. We got indigenous people that are could be like what I said earlier, like with the Neanderthals, and they got mixed with aliens.
Probably.
We got Pacific Islanders in us.
Some of the oldest or probably the oldest group of people in the islands is the Aitas.
The Negritos. We got black cultures in us.
Yeah, the Aitas. There's some story I heard that the Aitas were probably one of the oldest earliest peoples on the planet. So they happen to be,
it's all connected right there. Australia's right there.
Yeah,
Africa's right there. Philippines is right there. It's all connected. All those Aborigines people, they're all black. So that's all like we have a lot of our ancestry goes back way far. So it's all like ancient wisdom that we have deep in our spirits.
And there was also, like you were referring to Lemuria earlier, and
that was during Atlantis time.
During Atlantis time, and even in the Pacific Oceans, that there's like civilizations underneath the water that connected, from Hawaii all the way to the Philippines, and in between that is all like the Polynesians, the Filipinos, the ancient people or whoever was there before, but it just submerged underneath.
They did a lot of nuclear testing there.
Yes,
in the islands, just so they could get rid of the artifacts, all the ancient alien artifacts. My cousin lives in Hawaii, and there's he would go to all the ancient sites. Like, damn, these are all like old ass sculptures, and like you can't make these like old ass broken building parts. It almost look like the White House. Like parts of it. And then he showed a map to the government. Like, this is all where the all the ancient burial sites are. All this. You know what the government did? Oh, thank you. They went over there, fucking bought the tanks and blew all that shit up. So they're still hiding shit from us.
Wow.
They're still looking for that. I heard even that's why the Middle East got a war, because there's a lot of
artifacts there.
Artifacts there, and how you call it stargates.
Yeah.
Where you can go to different planets real quick.
Wow.
They are taking those to themselves or fighting for those, and that's what the real war is too out there.
Yeah, that's the hidden truth right there about stargates. I don't think people are ready for that either. But however, if you are ready for this conversation, man, we should have this on the street, not just on a podcast with people out there. Some of the homies, we talk about, general stuff every day, but let's get down to finding something that's, deep in history, because a lot of this is not being talked about. When we talk about it, then we can actually find better ways to live, to make our environment even better. So we know what we're up against, to say the least. You know what I mean?
This is a beautiful time. Right now is the transition into a new era of all this technology. We're going to be like flying cars, levitation, all that shit is coming out right now. This is a beautiful time to be alive, because we're seeing the switch from the evil to the Christ consciousness, and all the super advanced futuristic shit is all coming out real soon. This is like the very start of it. This is a very historic time to be alive.
When you say Christ consciousness, for people who are not aware, when you say Christ consciousness, do you mean that Jesus Christ is going to come out of the sky and on a spaceship and save us?
It's coming through all our spirits. It ain't one person no more. It's everybody. Christ is so huge right now. It's going through all of us. So we have to embrace that and be loving towards each other rather than, you know, being like the old ways, the devil side where we fight each other.
Yeah.
Separate. You know, this is all like, check it out. This is what's happening. Boom. We got to educate each other and wake everybody up.
Because this is something that's really deep, and not people can fathom the whole good and bad or evil and good, you know, but they know it's there.
Yeah.
They just don't know how to, you know, give it a face or a something, you know, to give it more solidified information or knowledge that to make a maneuver. But for most people, it's more like a hindrance, energy that's just holding them from seeing beyond.
Yeah.
And it could be the pineal
Designed that
gland.
way.
It could be the pineal gland.
Yeah, they try to close off our pineal gland and give us foods that will block it. And it's a lot of the fluoride in our water. The whole fucking water, the whole fucking city, every city they put fluoride in. Why the fuck would you put fluoride in the water? It's a poison and shit. Why you need that? Oh, so that when you drink it, your teeth is gonna be nice. I just need clean ass water.
Yeah.
You know, but that's the reason. There's a reason why. But you know what? There's angels that work behind the scene, and there's these guys that they put the fluoride in the water for us, right? Some of them are angels, like, I ain't really gonna do it. So sometimes in the hospitals, they have the people given the thing, and they be like putting saline in people. So there's angels in that scene too. You know, some people how come they didn't get fucked up? Because some people that's secretly fixing shit too.
Yeah.
They know about it, and so they're putting like, they didn't really give you the bad shit.
You know, I never really thought about that.
There's, you know how that movie, what's called The X-Men? They got people like that. They could have teams with superpowers that they could do all that stuff. Like there's supposed to be like a times where they're gonna wipe out a city, and put a tidal wave on. There was supposed to be this tidal wave in New York a few years ago, right?
Yeah.
But then the X-Men, they're not really called the X-Men. They're called, I think they're called TLS, the light system. They're like them, and they go there and they use what we're talking about, the telekinesis powers to stop the tidal wave. And they do things like that. They don't always win. It's like a fight of evil and good. It's like a little bit balanced.
Yeah.
Right. And it's always biased to good because God wouldn't do that, you know, or else the whole universe will blow up.
Yeah.
But it's kind of even, right? So sometimes they'll win, sometimes they won't. Some earthquakes will get through, some man-made disasters will get through, some will get like diminished. Things like that, because there's people out there like secret agents that are for the good with superpowers, just like the X-Men. That's real shit.
Yeah, and I kind of believe the whole story, not the whole story, but I kind of believe some of the truth that comes out of MIB, where there's like this.
That's a documentary right there.
There's you know, a whole world that we don't see at all, and then there's people who are, you know, investigating these you know, people who are dressed in human flesh, you know, or aliens or whatever.
It's all real.
I feel like that's really happening right now, but
it
you know,
is.
we're not really super exposed to it. However, we are exposed to the information. And there's people who are claiming that they've seen stuff in the sky, and you know, and probably seen little things like, you know, like duendes and all that stuff.
The elves.
These are all things that are happening right now, but it's not really publicly made to our attention, where media would be like, yo, there's UFOs out here, you know, they're really out here, we're talking to them right now. But why isn't that happening? Are we not ready for it?
We're ready for it. They just don't want it's all it is if they discover one fucking UFO, it has free energy. Free energy will free the whole fucking planet. You ain't gotta pay for we ain't supposed to be paying for electricity, paying for all this shit. All this shit should be free.
We're the only species that pays for anything.
Yeah. And so if they discover free energy, which is, you know, that Dome of the Rock in Jerusalem, that's what they're fighting for. This is control the planet. That is a free energy rock right there.
Yeah.
That's what the war is for. And they ain't gonna tell you that. So if we have free energy, we don't need all this shit. You could print everything. If you want a Lamborghini, fucking print that shit. And then what? Motherfucker, I'll print my Lamborghini too. And then what? Nobody gives a fuck. So when you have all this free energy and you can print whatever you want, nobody's gonna be trying to one up each other. Like, look, I got this. Nigga, I'll print that shit. All that shit is free.
Yeah.
So that's what's gonna happen in the future. And so all you're gonna be worrying about in the future, which is pretty much right now, is, you know, doing your God-given talent to art. Or creating things to make whatever to make people happy with.
What can we contribute to the world so that way our future for our kids can see the world that we envision, which is a good place for us. Otherwise, if you're contributing to the evilness that's happening, then I think the first thing to do is to be aware of what that is, you know, because a lot of us are not aware of what, you know, the evil system is, you know, playing behind us and forcing us to move a certain way. But if we're aware of the things that's killing us, then we know how to maneuver and do better for our future. I think that's what we're trying to get at here as well. I
The
mean,
easiest is just your passion. Whatever
Mm.
you love to do, just concentrate on that. And
just-
God will always guide you in the right. You ever do that? Every time I be making some, I'm in the studio and I'll make beats or whatever, I make whatever. I don't even care. I just go and move and move.
Mm.
It's always God is flowing through me, making stuff. And by the time at the end, a few hours go by, like, dang, man, God, you are amazing. I didn't do shit. People always try to get credit. I did this, I did that. Man, God did that.
Yeah.
So always just leave it up to God. Just keep doing whatever you're doing, and God's gonna make a masterpiece. But then if you're stuck there, damn, what am I gonna do? Shit, fuck, I don't know what to do, man. That's because you're thinking you're doing it. Hey,
Yeah.
you ain't doing it. It's you're doing all your stuff, but God's flowing through you and making all that happen. So don't worry about it. Just keep going with what you love to do.
Yeah. I think that's what Jay was referring to earlier, in terms of like, you know, be careful how you speak to yourself. So if you tell yourself, like you were saying earlier about how, you know, if you tell yourself, oh, I can't do that job, man, I'm not, then you're speaking the truth. You're speaking the truth.
Hypnotize yourself, yeah.
You're hypnotizing yourself. And then, but if you say, yo, I'm about to do that, but how do you do that? And how can we get it done? If you think that way, then you're probably going to do it that way.
And if you got a problem, you know what you do right before you go to sleep? Just think about, okay, all right, God, I'm gonna leave it up to you. Give me a dream about what's the solution for this right here. And you're gonna have a dream about it. And it always does every time.
What's important here, I think the power of prayer and talking to, you know, whether it be yourself, to God, or, you know, I think most importantly there is, you know, you're having a conversation with yourself, whether it be yourself as a higher person or higher, but there's always something higher than you. If you think that way, man, but speak to yourself in good ways. So that way, you know, I'm telling this as if I'm speaking to myself. I'm actually speaking to myself, saying this to remind myself that I do got to speak that way, because there's days when I just like, man, I'm so tired. I can't do this.
It's okay. Take a nap. Have a good time. That's passion.
And I do.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a nap. Yeah.
And I do. And then I procrastinate. And then, so, you know, that's just something I have to work on, and I will, you know, but eventually I talk to myself and say, okay, it's time. Let's go do it now.
Yeah.
You know, so
you're a go-getter, man. You're good.
Yeah. You know, there's time to rest. There's a time to go get it. And then you just got to continue.
Balance. Don't stress yourself out.
Absolutely.
Have a good time doing it all.
I think that's right.
And don't be like, how you call it? Some people is always looking for happiness, right? Happiness. But see, like you got a pendulum of life. People don't know this, right? You got a pendulum of life. You got pain, and then it goes. The more pain you get, after a while, it's gonna swing back to happiness, right? Happiness, right? So if you're always looking for happiness, it's gonna swing back to pain. So the secret is, if you got pain, absorb it. Fuck it. It's a good time gonna come next. If you got happiness, enjoy that. That's cool, right?
Yeah.
But the main thing is, what you really want is peace, right in the middle, and you just good. And that was the balance of life. Even if you're at peace, it's a little bit biased to good anyway.
Yeah.
So that's what, you know, try to strive for that.
No, that's true. I believe in that. I think that's a lot of the ways I live every day. And I learned that from, you know, reading and studying about Buddhism. And Buddhism really,
the middle path.
Yeah. And, you know, detaching yourself from material things, and, you know, not striving for happiness, but or maybe that's just my opinion, but maybe not striving for, you know, the greater good, but just being there.
Just right. Yeah.
Just right. And then, so that way you're not attached to anything, and you don't get emotional, you know, stuff like that.
It's all good. It's all good.
Yeah.
Even
so
the bad is good. Yeah.
Yo, Q, man, I appreciate you. I don't think we got a few minutes, but I want to get to the chat, because I know they're here, but I haven't seen any questions yet from the chat. Is there anything you want to share with the people?
Yes, I want to have some of this pizza right here.
Let's go.
No, I'm you know, we know what's up. We know what to do. Everybody knows how to be loving. It's all in us. It's almost like this is just a reminder. Everybody knows what to do.
And I also, you know,
I know what to do too.
Get some of that pizza.
Thank you, God. Woo.
And, you know, when I talk to you, it's, you know, we get on, you know, we definitely hop on a spaceship sometimes, you know, but we find the ground anyway at that moments, because we know that, you know, a lot of this can be speculation, but it is knowledge though.
You know, I have to say this. All this, like, once again, let's go back to the beginning. Everything I say, man, it could be all bullshit.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you this much, it works for me. So if it works for you, you know, whatever, you do your thing, whatever. Everybody got a different level in their reality in life, and you know, we respect where everyone's at.
Yeah. That's true. I do have to respect that. We do have to respect where everybody's at, because it's only, I think, a good way to have the good vibrations and to invite the conversation, instead of like, you know, like sometimes I can be, you know, like revolutionary, you know.
We're human. We're human.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's all good.
And then, you know, I try to reach out to people in a, you know, like I'm a rebel or something like that. But sometimes it doesn't reach them like that way, you know. So, you know, I find a balance in trying to just be open with people. And if they want to talk about it, we can. And if they're open to talk about it, then they're probably, you know, teetering on that level of conversation. But some people just, you know, like, nah, I'm good here.
Yeah,
you know,
it's all good.
Yeah, it's all good. So, but we do want to reach out to everybody and make this aware to the Filipino community, or, you know, the people of the, you know, the islands, I'd like to say, or some people like to say Maharlika, or, you know, there's a lot of things that I, you know, don't refer to as our people. But Filipino is a general word. So the Filipino community, you know, I want to reach out to you guys and have a different conversation and light. We do have great speakers here. We had Jay Maranan earlier, and talking about, you know, the business and the flow of the investing in real estate, you know, and a lot of that goes hand in hand with what Q was talking about, and basically, you know, it's a mindset that we have here that we can manipulate, if you want to say. We can manipulate our mindset to a degree where you want to be like, you know, it's like he was saying, like, I was talking to the water and I was like, you know, I want to be a millionaire. And I was like, no, you just say you are a millionaire. I'm a millionaire. So speaking goodness to yourself in the process is always a healthy way to conversate with yourself to get to a better place, because not a lot of people can do that to themselves. They don't really talk to themselves, and they just rely on the outer realm to guide them. And it can help, but you know, the point is, guys, we can manipulate our mindset to do even greater. And I think that's what Jay and Q is alluding to, that we're greater than what we say we are and what people say we are. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then those people can be our loved ones too, and it could just be your, you know, your loved one saying, you know, music is not good for you. No, you know, 9 to 5 is a better way for you to start your career. You know, it's these people, and nothing wrong with that, but because they have great intention for you. They want you to have a great future. But this is what they know, and this is what they think can, you know, get you to a greater place. But I could say this, there's other ways. There's other ways to get you to a greater place, and probably can expedite your you know, 30-40 year career in a 9 to 5, where you retire at 65, and then you retire with benefits and whatever, so on and so forth. But you realize that it might not be enough for you, so I'm going in a tangent. But the point is guys, there's other ways, and we can do this together too. But it's having the conversation with Jay, with Q. These guys are in top form in their realm.
You know
and
what it is too? It's the fear. You're like, I don't want to do that because I ain't gonna make money. So I'm just gonna be whatever, a nurse or whatever my mom said to be. But if you have no fear and be like, fuck it, you know what? I'm gonna follow my passion, my God-given skill. Little things is gonna help you, and then after a while, you'd be like, oh man, I'm so glad I followed my passion. But it's just that little fear is the fucking, you better not do that because you won't make any money. And so you get scared off that. But you want to make money, become a nurse now.
Yeah.
So then you be, fuck it, I'm gonna go with that. That's because you don't believe in God. But when you believe in God, it's like, let's go then. I know this path. If I take this path, I'm gonna help way more people. So, and plus I like doing it. Or else the fear, just like in church, if you don't do that, you will go to hell. So that's how they trap you. Yeah. It's always the fear. That's why the news is all full of fear, because that's how they control our minds. You just have to be fearless. You trust in God.
It is. Oh wow, that's definitely deep. And you know, Not a lot of people can grasp that yet, but if you are grasping that, man, heed the words because these are real. A lot of us have mental health issues, and a lot of that is the fear factor. The fear factor is holding us back from doing the greater good. You can do it. I believe when I talk to people on the streets, I believe in them. I said, "So what are you doing now?" Oh, okay. Oh, that's cool, man. Can can you expand on that and and maybe get another opportunity for you to to do better. You know what I'm saying? Because some people are just stuck in their ways, and that's okay. But at the same time, I know people can just do so much better when I believe in them as much as, if they can believe in themselves as much as I believe in them, I think that could just take them to the next.
Anything is possible, and that's all you got to think.
Especially when the teens and the youngsters that are coming up that are just turning 21, that feel like the world is coming down on them and they feel like they're helpless. Realize you do have help, and maybe they are in your face and they're telling you ways you can improve yourself. So point is that you do have angels, you do have guides, but they're there for you. You just got to realize that they are there for you. You might not like what they're saying to you, but there's some gems there that can improve your lifestyle. But it's all about where you're at, where your head is at. So if your head ain't there yet, then it's not going to click.
It's all good.
But if it clicks, man, good luck. And there's a lot of people that can guide you through the process.
Yeah, even your ancestors that are watching you all the time. They're just saying what it's like. You better do everything like somebody's looking at you, because you got a gang of relatives on the other side watching your ass, like the Truman Show. I hate to say it, but they looking at you. But it's cool. I mean, if you in the shower, they're gonna give you a little peace. You know what I mean? But in general, as you're doing your daily stuff, they're looking at you like it's like, oh man, he in the video game right now. Check him out.
Yeah.
Let's help him out when he asks for it.
Yeah. Wow. Okay, Q. I mean, time is running out here. We gotta end this stream soon. I want to continue and keep going, but
Do another one.
you want
Let's do when's the next one?
We're gonna have another one for sure. We're gonna talk about it after the stream. Guys, any questions for Q before we head out here? And before we do head out, I do have some some questions, some rapid fire questions. That I usually have for our guests. And so guys, if you guys have any questions, we'll fire away and then we'll get to your questions. But right now I do want to have some rapid fire questions with QBERT. And I'm just gonna throw out some random stuff that and whatever comes to mind.
Go ahead.
Just say it out. Favorite color?
As a kid, it was I had a crayon box. As a kid, it was always sky blue for some reason.
Sky blue, nice.
That's why I like the waters in Hawaii.
Nice. Favorite record out of your inventory?
Woo! The new record I just made. Get the Dirt Style 30th anniversary record set right now on DJQBERT.com.
There you go. DJQBERT.com. Get that Dirt Style record. 30th ever. 30th
yeah, helping everybody. We just made 70 in 1 year and a half. We made 75 free break records. DJ tools. That's almost 500 beats for free on DJQBERT.com. They all come complete with sound effects to scratch and fun. This is for the scratch nerds.
Yeah, sick. Scratch nerd.
Oh, did you? Oh, cool. Oh.
There you go. Let's see here. Do you collect cards by chance?
Back when I was a kid, back in the day.
Do you still have?
We make cards now, little cards of our NFTs now. We do that.
I forgot to bring my card. Oh my God, you got to sign my QBERT card.
Yeah, you got it. Oh no, there's a few out there.
Yeah, I think you guys made it though, no?
Oh, probably Kendo made it. Yes.
It was the.
Okay.
Yeah. I forgot to bring that card. Anyway, so okay, so favorite. Oh no, I already said that. You don't have any. Do you have cards now?
Yeah, we made recently. Yeah.
Okay. Well, okay, that's probably irrelevant. But okay, how about first Filipino word that comes to mind?
Ano ba? How many words is that?
too. This
Okay.
is that's fine.
What
That's
does that
fine.
mean again? What is that? Or,
Like
what did you say?
like what?
What? Yeah, there they go. What? Oh shit! I remember that. Yes. Wow.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Well.
We got to show the chat. Here you go. Here you go. Show the chat. Here you go. Oh, where'd he go? Oh, okay. Here you go.
Okay,
You see that?
Wow, it's in the little glass case thing.
I don't know if you can see that.
Oh.
Yeah, it's in a,
I remember that picture. I was like, hurry up! I gotta take a piss.
Oh, really? No.
I'm just kidding.
All right. Favorite Filipino dessert?
Ooh, ube.
Ube. Nice.
Ube cookie.
Ube cookie.
Oh man, they have it at Boba Guys. Yeah. Whenever I get a tea, I go to Boba Guys and ube cookie.
Nice. Favorite sport to play?
I was really into martial arts, like you. I used to grapple and stuff. I would have to go with UFC.
Nice.
Yeah. But not anymore.
What, you used to grapple? What kind of?
We did eskrima and we did a little grappling.
Grappling.
Body chest, we call it.
What do they call that in Filipino martial arts? The grappling
Silat?
part. They could be silat, but there was another specific one.
Well, what's the martial arts you do?
So I'm Kempo based. So
Oh.
it's a stem from great grandmaster Ralph Castro.
Oh.
And then but I learned from one of his former students to RIP to Master Beliso
Oh, Beliso, yes,
on
yeah.
Army Street.
Yeah.
So that was my foundation over there. And
One
then
of my
from
best friends went there. Wow.
oh, who's your
Yeah, Alfred.
oh
the
yeah,
Toad
yeah.
Man. Yeah.
I remember that. I remember that I was the little kid in class. He was in the adult class.
Oh no shit.
And
Yeah,
I
was he any
remember
good?
he was brown belt.
Wow.
So he was a brown belt at the time.
That's
He knew forms, and I think they competed as well.
Wow.
But
Toad Man.
that's another conversation. Yeah, the Toad Man
Oh, I
was
like this.
we talk about that a lot too. Like
Wow.
Sifu Beliso, or he was Sifu at the time, but you know
Mhm.
he became Master Beliso eventually. So you know I give all my credit to Master Beliso for
Mm.
my foundation, and then of course I enhanced it with the Shaolin Kempo. So you know it's a stem from Shaolin Kempo, but it's you know, but I kind of like learned more about the Shaolin Kempo part with Ralph Castro's.
Who are your favorite fighters in the UFC in the last couple of years?
Man, you know,
You ever like BJ Penn?
I did like BJ Penn, but that's you know a little bit
I like
further.
him right now. He's a truth seeker too.
BJ Penn, well, he's not fighting though right now though.
No, but he's a truth seeker.
Right,
Yeah.
yes.
So
yes.
a lot of these fighters like
Yeah.
yourself are truth seekers now. You ever heard of Nino Rodriguez? He's
No.
like a world champion boxer.
Mm.
He has a podcast. It's all about this stuff too. It's
Mm.
amazing, man. He's got like millions of followers. You gotta check him out. And so he has a YouTube channel, and if he says the wrong thing, they'll cancel him.
Oh, okay.
And so he has another channel where you got to pay for it. And they say all kind of ill stuff
Mm.
like, what? That's dope. And you'll
Mhm.
find a lot of secrets on that.
Nino Rodriguez.
Nino's Corner.tv. Woo, man.
Nice.
He'd be having a gang of, it's not just one guest. He'd be having all kind of guests. So you get all perspectives of everyone, even if they're wrong or whatever. He puts them on. He don't care.
Yeah.
That way it's up to you to decide what's, you know,
Right.
what's right or
Wow.
wrong. But you get to see all kinds of angles and you put all the pieces together. It's like, oh man, I get it. I get this whole shit. It's dope.
We definitely got to have this conversation again.
Yeah.
But we have to. It's 9:30.
Oh,
we gotta get
go.
out of here.
Right
But
side's gotta go.
yo, shout out to everybody. Let me see if there's any questions in the chat. No questions in the chat. Oh, you had a okay. So Jay Invest has a question. What are you most focused on today, and what goals do you have for the next year?
Ooh, man, too many. So right now, the main goal is following my passion, as we spoke of before. The main number one would be like getting my skills together, which is scratching. So I practice a lot every day. I practice as much as I can, and then we always coming out with DJ tools like that 30th anniversary third style set. You can get on DJQBERT.com. Go get it. It's at the pre-sale price right now before November 1st. We make those all the time, at least once a month. What else is there? We have a crew called the Invisible Scratch Pickles. Big shots to D Styles, Shortcut, Mixmaster Mike. We have an album about to come out. And that's all turntable scratch music. Real futuristically weird musical instrument as it with turntable scratching as always.
I'm looking forward to that. Yeah,
man, it's a lot of DJ stuff. We got this NFT project where it's 365 cards every day. We put one up every day, so it's gonna be called A Year in Scratching, the Book of Scratches. So it's every day is a new scratch, you know. So it's like that's like wow. I I look at it and I'm like, damn, what did I get myself into? Because I got to put one up every day. But it's dope. It's so beautiful. Like if you go on my TikTok, DJ QBERT 1. Somebody took DJ QBERT. So I'm like, man. So anyways, I put DJ QBERT 1 with the number 1.
Yeah.
Go check that out on TikTok and you can see all the cards. That's an amazing thing. And you know, always looking towards. I did the first ever animated hip hop movie called Wave Twisters. So we're trying to do a sequel to that. That's another one. I got my school on YouTube, youtube.com/THUDRUMBLE. It's free. Once again, it's called Karma. You put the information out, it comes back to you. This is an experiment for me, and it's working out.
Yeah.
We got all the records that she said she downloaded 75 albums. Normally people would be like, man, I need to get paid. I need to get paid.
Yeah.
Fuck that. I'm gonna do the Karma shit. I'm gonna put it all out for free. And boy, they be buying other shit on there. Maybe it helps. Like you put out free shit, people support you in other ways, or it just comes back around to you in the weirdest ways.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
You know? So I'm always just I'm always looking to the future as far as how will we be living in the future. And that's pretty much just putting out your love to everyone without charging. And that energy comes back to you like a lot. And it's a great experiment. You should try it.
Absolutely. We're gonna try that method.
You're doing it right here. This ain't you ain't got paid for this right here. Right?
No.
Yeah, man, this is cool. Yeah.
We're trying that method as well. And
Yes.
we gotta make it happen because we definitely want to exercise the karma of giving good and giving back, because that's what's important. Giving back is important. But with that said, guys, man, give it up for Q, y'all. You know what I'm saying? And give it up for Jay too for being out here. This is the first time we actually had a live podcast on our show.
What?
So
it's historic.
This is historic. So so we're gonna probably continue this, but you know, like we can talk about the you know, the in-person podcast. It gets kind of, you know, pricey, but you know, we're not gonna worry about that. We
could talk about the deep stuff.
And
we can let it all loose.
Man, we kind of held back, but it's okay. But you guys know what we're here for, and how we want to improve your life and how you can be better in the process and get some of these gems and roll with it, because a lot of these gems I'm rolling with it right now. And the first part of it is just the mindset. So we gotta, you know, change some things over here in my mindset, and then we can roll with the punches from there, because it's all about knowing what you're getting into, and then once you get in there, you can maneuver. So without being aware of what's ahead of you, then you won't be able to maneuver properly, and you're gonna probably give up and say, I can't do that. So I'm here, I'm all for it for this lifetime right now. I'm Joe Ill, DJ Bite Size, QBERT in the building, Jay. Guys, I'll see y'all soon. Thank you so much. SOMAHHTV episode 4. We're out. Shout out to the chat. Thank you for being here. We'll see y'all soon. Peace.